Yes.
This is Earl Spin Jr. You're watching True School Sports.
All right. 7. I mean, you said in the post fight I could beat these guys and all these guys. So Danny Garcia, all those guys. I want to see you fight them.
Yeah, I would love to fight any of them. D. Thurman, Danny Garcia, Errol Spence. All of the top 140.
Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao too. Yeah, I mean, I know I was in the running for that. I was hoping that I would get that win with Broner, because then I definitely would have gotten a fight with him. But oh shoot, I'll fight Jeff Horn too.
Jeff Horn, yeah.
Yeah, he's a world champion. So let me
maybe have a fight here.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, word to my brethren all around the world watching this video. Interesting stuff in the world of boxing. It's been a couple days since I shot some videos in this format, but PBC, big shouts out to PBC, Premier Boxing Champions. And, we'll say it just for the sake of this video. Thank you, Al Heyman. PBC released their fall schedule, or their spring schedule for next year, their upcoming schedule of fights. And I mean, a lot of people wanted to criticize their fights and the ones they picked. And I'll be honest, there's some pretty random fights in there that I just don't care about. Like, I'll be honest with you, I'm not really feeling the whole Peter Cole and Caleb Truex fight. I'll watch it, but I'm saying, like, it's not getting me going. It's not like doing much for me. But then there are some fights in there like Sean Porter, your Dennis Ugas, which I'll be talking about in a separate video. And then this video right here, the one I'm going to talk about in this video right here. And obviously, if you guys saw that schedule yesterday, it shouldn't be a surprise that this is the first fight I'm talking about, because one of the fights that was announced, one of the main fights that was talked about too yesterday, was Danny Garcia versus Adrian El Tigre Granados, who's as many of you may know, someone I'm cool with in boxing. So I'll remove my friendship with Adrian for the sake of this video, man. Good. I mean, I'll say this for Danny Garcia, it's a fight where I would definitely say it's a measuring stick kind of a fight. It's going to determine where he's at right now in his career, because if we go back and we look at early in his welterweight, we have to look at his whole welterweight run as a whole. He fought Paulie Malignaggi, then he went was it Paulie Malignaggi, Samuel Vargas, Paulie Malignaggi, Robert Guerrero, then Samuel Vargas, then he fought Thurman, then he fought Porter, right? So before the Porter and Thurman fights, his run at 147 wasn't the most impressive in the world, and then he came up short in two big fights. Performed well, but just wasn't on that night, failed to be the better man, and put that separation between himself and Porter or Thurman. So now, like I've kind of been saying myself, like, where does Danny Garcia go in his career? Where is he at? Is he still at that elite level, right? So now they put him in there with a guy in Granados who, at the 147-pound weight class, is not an elite fighter. He isn't. Is he a capable fighter? Yes. Is he a good fighter? Yes. Is he someone that's going to go on, that's gone in there and held his own anybody they put in front of him at 147? Absolutely. But he's not an elite 147-pounder. He's never proven to be that, even dating back to the days when he fought the likes of Kermit Cintron and guys like that. Even though I thought he beat Kermit Cintron, but I'm saying he's never proven to be the best. Adrian Granados has never been the best Adrian Granados at 147. That is a fact. Okay. So this is a fight with Danny Garcia where they're putting him in there with a guy that is known for being a accumulation puncher, a guy with a high work rate, a guy that has the kind of style that has given Danny Garcia both successes but also problems in the past. And this guy's very, very game. He's shown that his whole career. So I think as much of as the fight's gotten criticized, I would say if you're Danny Garcia, you're fighting a guy, Adrian Granados, who's been in there with top level fighters, and if you can go in there and get a stoppage victory, I think that would actually, in my opinion, be a statement in this fight, and that's what you should be looking to do in this fight against Adrian Granados. So just let the people know that, hey, I'm still Danny Garcia, right? So that's his side of the coin. From the Adrian Granados side of the coin, this is a guy in Adrian Granados who Al Heyman, PBC, and all parties involved, they've pretty much, or what they're in the process of doing is is turning this guy into the gatekeeper 147. I mean, the guy's he fought Sean Porter. Now he's fighting Danny Garcia. I think if you're Adrian Granados, you got to be excited about the opportunity. You know, you want to be in big fights. You want to be in meaningful fights. And at 140, if you're not in that World Boxing Super Series, the fact of the matter is, if you're not in the World Boxing Super Series right now, 140, then you're not going to be in any meaningful fights. That's the fact of the matter. So they've done the next best thing, which is to get him a big fight 147, right? His team. So now he's fighting Danny Garcia, a guy that, from talking to him as a friend and just about boxing, this is a guy in Danny Garcia that Adrian's always felt he could go out there and beat. Like, this is one of the if you would ask me, Brennan, like how much does Adrian believe he could beat Danny Garcia? Like, I'll be honest with you. This is, of all the welterweights in the PBC stable, this is probably one of the guys, if not the most, one of the guys that Adrian thinks he could always beat the most, like, out of all. So he's gotten this fight, you know, good for him. And like, I'm gonna quote my guys from the Cornerman Radio, because the Cornerman Radio, they got a YouTube channel. Go check them out, Cornerman Radio. One of the guys in there was saying that, like, Adrian Granados kind of has to fight in this fight the way he did in the Amir Imam fight, because he's always been a guy who maintains a high work rate. But if you go back and watch, like, the Broner fight, in the Broner fight, what made him successful in the early rounds was that he actually fought in the style that Broner didn't expect. You know, he fought the back foot, used his reach a little bit. Then, as the fight wore on, he reverted back to his back to his natural style, and started throwing more and more punches. Right. In the Amir Imam fight, it was the exact opposite. He was on Amir's ass from round 1 till they stopped the fight, and what, like, round was it 6 or 7 or whatever it was. So he's gonna have to do that against Danny Garcia to give himself the best chance to win. Now, in doing that, he's going to really be putting himself in harm's way, because Danny Garcia is one of the better counterpunchers at 147, and that's what Danny Garcia does. He's made a living. He has carved himself out a nice career, a world championship career, off of being a world-class counterpuncher. He just hasn't added to his counterpunching, which has hindered him from being at the top of the division, but he is a world-class counterpuncher. So it's that classic match in boxing of puncher versus, you know, I want to say brawler, but, you know, swarmer. Adrian Granados is a swarmer. He has, you know, a high work rate. So I'm actually very excited about the fight. I'll be honest with you. This is a fight that I can say with confidence. You know, you never know what the future holds, but this is a fight that I'm going to try my best to actually be at, whether it's in New York or Philadelphia. I want to be there to support my boy Adrian Granados. This is going to be a big fight. This will be a PBC on Fox main event, and it's a fight that I think he can win. You know, I'll say this. I think it's a more winnable fight than in the Porter fight. It's just for the simple fact that, like, when he fought Porter is basically does what Adrian Granados does, but he does it like he's a little bit more skilled and he's better. Danny Garcia has shown in the past that if you have a higher work rate, you can offset a lot of his counterpunching. Sometimes he just sits there and doesn't do anything. He just waits for one shot, and if you can't find it, your chances of winning are very, very high. So regardless, it's a good fight for Danny Garcia. The really is, if he beats Adrian Granados, from his side of things, like, it doesn't really do much for him, because the perception from the masses is that, you know, you're fighting a guy who's really a good 140 pounder, but, you know, he's not a true 147 pound fighter. You're bigger than him, you're stronger than him, probably faster than him, and you should get the job done in an emphatic fashion. That's the perception going to be. So he's got to win this fight in impressive fashion, just for his own sake. And it's not going to be easy. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. They both, just to give you guys a little background, they both have had their little back and forth. You know, Adrian Granados in the past has felt that Danny has slighted him, and he's called him out on it. Before the fight was even made, he's called him out on it, and you know, Danny thinks he's gonna beat his ass. So I'm looking forward to it. And what I'll say is, it's a good fight for where Danny's at in his career, because it's like, he's not going to get the Pacquiao fight, and they're not going to put him in there with Thurman. They're not going to put him in there with Spence. And this is probably one of the toughest. I will say this about Adrian Granados, of guys in that PBC circle. You know, he's probably one of the better fighters who doesn't have a title. You're not going to get many better fighters in the 147-pound division. Even though I don't consider Adrian a 147-pounder, you're not going to find many more better than him. That's the fact of the matter. So it's a good fight when you look at it like that. Kind of pissed off. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest. I'm kind of pissed off that Adrian's not at 140. He beat Amir Imam in 2015 to stake his claim at 140. Then he had a chance. He had a chance this year, which I feel was a really not a good night for his career against Javier Fortuna to get that 140-pound career back on track. Unfortunately, Fortuna fell out the ring, and that kind of threw salt in his resurrected around 140. So now he's back again once more, being thrown to one of the top 140 pounders, and he's gonna have to really have an Amir Imam-esque type of performance to beat Danny Garcia, because even if he goes in there and he fights his ass off, if the fight is close, Danny's getting the decision, because they're not gonna let Danny Garcia, who's one of their top draws in the PBC stable, they're not gonna let Danny Garcia in a close fight with Adrian Granados not get a decision. I'm sorry. So that's my opinion. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Adrian Granados versus Danny Garcia. Looking forward to it. I think it's I personally think, contrary to popular belief, people are saying it's not a competitive fight. I think it is. I think it's a very competitive fight. Just because what Danny's weaknesses are. Like Danny is a great counterpuncher, but as great of a counterpuncher as he is, if you're able to avoid the big shots and really outwork him, you give yourself a high chance to win the fight. But you gotta not get caught with those shots. And Adrian has been susceptible to get caught with counter punches before. So there's that. And then for Adrian, it's like Adrian has always done good against guys who are kind of relaxed, counter punching type of fighters. Like Amir Imam, for example, he's that kind of fighter, and in a different manner, obviously. But he saw what he did to Amir Imam, so it's gonna be a good fight, and I really have nothing more to say about it. Hopefully we get Adrian on the channel soon so we can talk about it with him. I'm still kind of processing it, so if I don't seem like I'm excited about it or anything like that, I'm just processing it all because it doesn't even feel like it's real. This fight's happening. I thought he was gonna be at 140. He's not at 140, so I'm kind of actually pissed off about it. I really wanted to see Adrian stay at 140 and hopefully contend for some titles, but it is what it is. It's boxing. You don't know what to expect. That's why. And as for the reasons we kind of dislike the sport, sometimes is the reason we like the sport. You never know what's gonna happen next. So let me know in the comments down below what you think. Adrian Granados, Danny Garcia, April the 20th. No venue, no city announced yet, but as that's all reported, we'll definitely talk about that. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single video, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just giving dang it. So until next time. Take care, guys.